I know like there's always been talks about you trying to like the whole idea of bringing local guys, keeping guys to stay home. But what is the key to making staying home appealing for recruits?
Well, that's a big question. Um, it's everything. You know, it's not only just the basketball side. It's the it's the culture. It's the school. Um, I do think it's finding the right fit too. You just can't keep all local kids home. It's not a good fit for all local kids. You got to make sure you choose the right ones and you go after the right guys that you feel that A, you're going to be able to play them. B, they're going to be successful at this university. So I think it's just not a. Each kid is so uniquely different. They have different families. They have different personalities. So I think with each local kid, you really have to evaluate everything that goes with him and everything that goes with us, and make sure that you're making the best decision. Because the one thing we want to do as a staff is we want to make sure that every local kid that comes in, we're going to make sure that they play and we take care of them. So I really believe it's each kid is really different, and each circumstance is really different.
Now that you have the first game under your belt, do you sense, maybe with yourself and the team as well, kind of loosening up a little bit as you get into the season routine?
No, I mean, I think the players feel much. I think the players are glad we got our first game, and kind of got the first game jitters out. I don't loosen up until April, so. But I think the players are much more. Feel a lot better about just having those first game jitters, because there was a lot of first game jitters.
National Signing Day. Can you tell us some of the guys that you have and who you're excited about?
Not quite
Not yet?
yet, because we're waiting for them to come out. We
Okay.
can talk broad strokes.
I think we got two in.
Well, yeah. You want?
Oh no, maybe we haven't. Oh, we did. No, I mean we're super. I can talk generalities, right? We're super excited about this class. I feel it'll have all three of them are going to be probably three of the best recruits I've ever had. So we're excited. They're all local guys. They're all really good players, tough kids, hard-nosed kids, and they all wanted to be at the University of Maryland, which is really exciting.
Obviously a good first game. Anything surprise you? Maybe good or bad about some of the guys out there?
No, I mean, I thought we picked up a lot of things. I thought our press was okay. I think the biggest thing is that we didn't play very good, and we kind of were in control for most of the game. I never felt like we were going to lose the game. So I think for the first game, having that feeling and watching them and going back and watching film, seeing how much better we can get. But I was happy with most of the day with the tempo. I thought we were pretty good tempo-wise. We can get better. There's a lot of guys that, Ian hadn't played a ton last year. Jahari was a redshirt last year. Juju's technically a freshman this year. So a lot of young guys that hadn't played, I thought did a pretty good job.
Hey, Coach. You talked about how what makes DMV such a hot spot for recruiting is the coaching. So how much have you prioritized developing relationships with the coaches around here at high school, AAU level?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm from like California, so I've known most of these guys, at least, been acquaintance with them and know them and respect them and recruited down here a little bit. But that has been a big priority. It's try to spend as much time. It's really hard. You have rules you have some rules against it, and you just have time limitations. I mean, these guys run at the high school and AAU level. These guys run high-level programs, so it's not like they just sit around. Most of the AAU programs have women's side. They started in almost like 5th grade. So if you think about what an AAU program director is doing, he's busy all year long. And if you look at the high school level now, high school is year-round. So we have prioritized it. I feel like we're doing a really good job with it, but I think relationships are ever growing, ever changing ever developing. You just don't sit down with the guy one time and develop a relationship. It just doesn't work that way.
Coach, you talked at the last game about not putting out lineups that didn't have the chemistry or didn't practice together sometimes. Should we expect to see some different looks tomorrow?
Well, we really haven't had a whole lot of time to change that since we played on, what day would we play? Played on Monday. Yesterday was kind of a recovery day and a scout day for Western Carolina. Today will be our first practice since there. I think, no, I have to do a better job. It's really not the players' fault. I have to do a better job of just making sure I put guys out there that have practiced in their position. Like I put Noah out there at the 4, and he hadn't really practiced all week at the 4. And it didn't hurt us offensively, but it really hurt us defensively. So just kind of trying to get guys out there that had practiced all week and what they were doing. And that was I was trying to get certain guys in the game, and I just made bad decisions.
Coach, Ian Martinez, he had 5 steals. I just wanted to ask, what makes him such a tough defender, and like, what is your outlook on the type of player he can develop?
He works at it. He works at it, and I think he understands who he is. Obviously, I think he's going to develop into a very talented scorer, but I think right now he plays with tremendous energy and a lot of toughness, and he knows he's an athletic kid. So it's very rare that, sometimes it takes time for guys to understand their role. I think Ian knows right now he's our best defender. He's going to guard the best guy most nights, and I think he takes a lot of pride in that.
When you're pressing a lot, it's a zone press on off from the drop back to zone half-court defense. How do you balance playing zone defense with rebounding with an undersized group? Because obviously it can be more difficult to rebound out of zone.
Yeah, we just got to get better at it. I mean, we've got to keep practicing at it. We really haven't practiced dropping back into a zone all that much. I'm trying to get these guys to get my man-to-man principles down. I did it the other night because I just wanted to see how it looked. It didn't look bad, didn't look good, but for us not really having spent a ton of time doing it, I thought the guys did as good a job picking it up. A lot of our rebounding issues, like Hakeem's got to get in there and he's got to get more than 2 rebounds. Our guards have to do a better job getting in there rebounding. That's something in practice and I think Juju, again, as he gets a little bit more comfortable being out there for that long, will be a little bit more aggressive and help us on those rebounding issues.
Can you talk a little bit about Jahari Long's kind of big picture journey from injury last year now becoming a key part of rotation?
Yeah, I mean, it's he was going to be a key part of my rotation last year until he got hurt, and I still think he's not. He's still trying to figure it out a little bit. He's a little rusty. I've mentioned before, his freshman year was the COVID year, and it totally stunted his development just because of the crazy rules we were under. And then last year being hurt. So this is really his first college experience. He just didn't play a ton the COVID year. And then last year he didn't play at all. So I think he's worked really hard. He wants to prove to people that he can play at this level, and he's progressing exactly the way I was hoping he would.
I guess, what's your biggest goal, or what do you want to kind of biggest goal for tomorrow, or like improvement areas?
Yeah, I'd like to see us. I didn't think our weak side defense was overly good. We got beat back door a lot, gave up a lot of layups, kind of getting beat back door. I like the fact that we were trying to be aggressive on the weak side, but I'd really like to see our weak side defense get a lot more secure and solid instead of, we got backdoored and back cut a lot and caused rotations and gave up some easy layups where I'd really like to see us kind of get better at that because that's really a point of emphasis for today.
Coach, you mentioned the butterflies. The team does. Do you get the butterflies first time coaching, here in college?
Yeah, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous. Everything was totally new. Even though I've been here 7 months, I hadn't had to do that yet. From going out the wrong tunnel, to not. I mean,
Did you?
I did. Yeah, I got the security guard yelled at me. I was like, my bad. I'm like, It's where I went out last time I was here. I went out that tunnel. So yeah, and I think, you know, I'm always nervous, I think, before games, just because I understand how big every game is. But to be the head coach at the University of Maryland is an honor. I take great pride in it, and I understand the great responsibility that I have. So to BS you and say I wasn't nervous would just be lying to you. So I was.
Do you think the nerves will subside as the season goes on?
I don't know. It depends how we play. If we play well, yeah, they'll definitely go away. Yeah, I mean, I've been a head coach for 16 years. It's just, you know, to me, it's more routine. I had a really good routine at Seton Hall. I knew exactly what time I would get to the game. I knew every security guard. I knew I had it down to the minute. And I think routine helps. I'm a big routine guy. So I think I have to figure out what the heck I'm going to do, because like this is a weird place. You know, the media is here, but our locker room's right there. The women's locker room's right there. People walk in and out of here. We don't have our own space. It's really it's like an open locker room. And I don't like seeing people before games. I'm not the nicest guy before a game. So I'm not mean. I'm just, you know, I'm focused. So I think once I find my routine, what I do, I think that will help tremendously.
So you guys had a couple of technical fouls in the press with the guards on Monday.
It's part of life. It's part of pressing. It's something that we will get better at, but you learn how to press and learn how to play fast. You have to be aggressive and get up and get it. And part of the growing process is you're going to foul every once in a while until they realize and learn what they can get away with. And you know, the other thing is each crew is different. Some guys let you bump, some guys let you hold, other crews don't. It's also adjusting during a game. You know, you can always know when a hand-checking foul is called if the game's been going on for 4.5 minutes and the ref's been running up and down. You can pretty sure that there's going to be a hand-checking foul, because those dudes usually need a rest too. All right, thanks, guys. Ladies, thank you.